Jimmy Johnson used to say that speed kills. Chelsa, can the Dolphins run their way to an AFC title?
I think they can. Like, again, I am giving them the chance to because I do believe they are in that top tier of AFC teams. But when it boils down to it, it's all about how you match up against the top dogs. We've already seen that they're kind of a bad matchup for the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills went to town on this Miami defense. So I think that's the one worry I have. When you look at the postseason, you can't look at these games against the Denver Broncos and these teams that aren't going to be there. You have to look at their games against the contenders and against the teams that they will be playing in the postseason. So, yes, the Dolphins are good. Yes, nobody would be shocked if they won the AFC, but I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion and saying, well, they're going to score 70 on everybody. Maybe they will, but also there are some tough teams at the top of the AFC that may give Miami some problems on the defensive end.
Yeah, we saw that in Buffalo, but I tend to agree. Miami has all the pieces. Now, Devon Achane is out for the next 4 weeks, and that guy is a burner. Like, it's crazy that the only guy perhaps faster than him is Tyreek Hill. And so he'll be healthy later on in the season after about a month. Ultimately, the Dolphins have proven that they can play with just about anyone. And I love the fact that Tua, knock on wood, is finally healthy. He's got weapons around him. They're a fun team to watch. Miami is one of those rare teams. You see this in college football. You don't see a lot in the NFL where teams can maybe just outscore you to beat you. And Miami is that rare offensive juggernaut that can do that. So, yeah, it would. If we were talking a few months from now in February about how the Dolphins are Super Bowl champions, I would not be stunned. Kate, before we get into a prop play that you like, I wanted to ask you about your Chicago Bears because I was all over the Commanders last week on Thursday Night Football. Now I'm on a cold streak, and it started with your Bears rising up from the ashes, having lost 14 straight. So how do you feel about Chicago at this point? I'm not saying that all of a sudden they're going to go on this amazing run, but is there any hope for them to put some sort of positivity into the air?
Bears are back. Bears are back. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Did you see? There we go. All the way back.
We're all the way back. No, we are not all the way back. We are just beat the Commanders back. When the Commanders are not very good this season, as they've shown. I was also Jenks on the Commanders in that game, so I lost my bet, but my heart won with the Bears winning. I look, Justin Fields has put together 2 fantastic games. 8 touchdowns, only 1 interception in the last 2 games. He and DJ Moore are starting to click. This offense just finally looks like whatever it was that was hindering them and holding them back through the first 3 games of the season, that's been released. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but there's just a fresh air around the Bears offense, this organization right now after everything that they went through early on in the season. So I do have hopes that they're going to win a couple more games this year. We're not going to go winless on the season, which is great. This game against the Vikings, look, the Vikings play 1-score games. Every game this season for them has been a 1-score game. Last year, 11-0 in 1-score games. That script's kind of flipped this year. They're now losing those games. Without Justin Jefferson this weekend, he's on the IR. I would look to the over in this game. Neither of these teams' defenses are very good. Vikings offense, even without Justin Jefferson, they've got a number of other weapons that Kirk can throw to. I think we get a higher scoring game. I would love for the Bears to win this one, especially with it being a divisional game. But I would take the 2.5 if you wanted to bet a side, but my money will be on the total going over 44.5.
We meet again, Lance Lynn. Jenks, one of my biggest betting nemesis. But listen, Lance Lynn going against this Arizona team that has been scorching hot. I think for me, I'm riding that earned runs prop, hitting the over 1.5 earned runs for Lance Lynn. The Diamondbacks have been especially good at striking early and often, even against some of the best pitchers in baseball, against Corbin Burns, Freddie Peralta, Clayton Kershaw, and who was the last one? I'm trying to think. They just faced him. Oh, Bobby Miller. He has good strikeout stuff. I know he's a young guy, but still, every single starting pitcher that the Diamondbacks have faced, the D-backs have at least scored 3 runs on that starting pitcher. So I think that's my play. I'm not picking a side. I am incredibly scared to fade the Diamondbacks here.
I am with you, and I'm going to make that play on Lance Lynn as well. My question is, do you like the price? Right now, I'm looking for the best price I can find. Right now, over 1.5, which is really low, is minus 160. And I kind of think the juice is worth the squeeze here, Chelsa. Lance Lynn he just hasn't been good on the road this season. A 6.07 ERA. I'm sure he'll get a quick hook, but can't you just see the way Arizona is hitting the ball, lighting him up early?
Oh, I got it at -160. So it is a little juicy. But here's the thing. I think it's worth it. This is a really low number,
I do
too. Again, the handicap goes into, okay, Lance Lynn can still have a quality start here. And none of the Dodgers pitchers have lasted, more than 2 innings. So they need somebody to go a little longer. So if Lance Lynn is actually pitching well, they're going to let him ride. So I think that's the best play in this game. Do we think the Dodgers win one? I think that's the biggest question. They gotta.
Oh, God. They have to, right? And I wanted to fade Brandon Pfaadt a little bit, but he really is. Now, he has not been good at home this season. But the thing about Brandon Pfaadt is he's a young guy, and he has very much feast or famine stuff, right? Like, he's either going to come out, and we'll probably talk about this tomorrow. I say this, it won't happen. But he'll either give up 8 runs or he'll give up 1. It's usually nowhere in the middle for him. So I don't know what to think about him. Lance Lynn, I think, is the more consistent bad pitcher. So I'm going to play that at -160. I think it's worth it.
Let's do a little way back Wednesday. There was a time on this show where you came on and told us that Mac Jones was the next Tom Brady. Yes. Do you care to comment on this prognostication as it stands now?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me about this. I mean, I think he looks pretty good. I think he looks great. The team is doing great. Everything is great. I would say he was on the path to it before maybe a coaching style or environment or the team around him derailed him. And he's just a broken quarterback now. And no, I did not. Yes, at one point I had high hopes for him to be the next Tom Brady, because at that point we were all just grasping for the days of Tom back. And I would be lying if I said I didn't on a Sunday really, really wish that the crisp fall air would also bring Tom Brady running out of that tunnel again, because those were the days. But Mac Jones is not going to bring the same success. He's not going to lead the team to the same success that Tom Brady did. Belichick can't even do that. I mean, but I have to reconcile with, is Belichick still a good coach? Is Mac Jones actually a bad quarterback? Is this team just bad? Are we ever going to see a Super Bowl win again? I don't know. Reconciling this is very difficult. And it's really just unbelievable to see what is happening. But no, I no longer believe that Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady, because I don't think there is a next Tom Brady, except maybe Patrick Mahomes, I guess, is the closest thing we would get to the next Tom Brady. But we'll never see that again. And that is becoming more and more abundantly clear as we go through this Patriots season, that we will never see that again. We will never see that type of success again. That was very special, and we yearn for those days, because I did have the Saints +1 last week, and I am taking the Raiders -3 this week, because I don't trust the Patriots at all. And actually watching that game, I was not in pain as many Patriots fans were, because I had the Saints, and I knew that was probably going to be the outcome. Not actually that bad, but it was very bad. And I would not say Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady anymore.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a safe statement at this point. Exactly. At this point, I think you're just hoping that he's even mediocre and even just scoring a couple touchdowns. Right, and not throw 3 picks.
Yeah. God. I think when your first lead of the season as a team comes in week 3 against the Jets, something is wrong.